the importance of positioning, body position. This is something that I think is talked about a lot, but it's not really drilled a lot. And this is one of the cornerstones of our program and our camps and whatnot is your body position, because your body, my stance is my opponent's target. So, we have power positions when you're in on a shot, when you're on top, on bottom, front headlock, offense and defense. So we have power positions, we call them. But let's just talk about our feet right now. In basketball, the basketball net is set, the hoop is set. It doesn't change. If the coach came to if you came to practice and the coach had a massive basketball hoop up, you probably wouldn't want to practice on it. You would say, take that down. That's silly. And put the normal size basketball goal up for me. But in wrestling, we do it all the time. We'll drill on an opponent who's in a basketball stance, and then we get in a wrestling match, and then the guy's down in a world-class wrestling stance, and we wonder why we can't score. From a defensive standpoint, my stance is my opponent's target. I can control how big your target is, and if I stay in a feet wide touch a mat, don't let them read your shirt. Your right pec's over your right knee. Your face is down. You roll your eyeballs in the back of your head. You make contact with your left hand first, not your right. I mean, these are just some real simple, super basic wrestling stance techniques that a lot of us don't even know. And if you're right-handed, you shoot with your right hand. Your foot should be forward. Just last night, I had a new kid to our academy. He's been wrestling 6 years, and he has a left-footed wrestling stance, but he wrestles right-handed. And I talked to his dad after practice, and I'm gonna have to make a note and stay on top of him, because that's something that should have been corrected a long time ago. So wrestling stance secrets are important. And so are all the positioning techniques, because when it comes down to it, wrestling, there's a lot of wrestling moves, but your access to them gets almost down to nothing when your opponents are in a great body position at all times on the mat, and their power positions, we call them. I can take my opponent's wrestling notebook that's that thick of moves and say, these are the only few you're going to ever get a chance to use. So wrestling really gets very simple and even boring to some people when I commit to staying in body position. So I would like to encourage you to consider that aspect of your wrestling. And it certainly is a big part of our academy and our camps and our DVD series and whatnot. A quick component is simply this. If someone takes me down 7 times with a single leg, I don't go home and practice single leg defense. I say, why was he on my leg 7 times to begin with? That's the issue. You take me down with one single leg, I'll work single leg defense. You're on my leg 7 times in one match, we're working positioning.